Welcome back, everybody, to Minor League Esports week number 5. My name is Gigabyte. Have we lost Snipe and Gus again?
No, I don't think so. I'm here.
I'm here with Snipe and Gus. That was weird. Anyway, we have another Champion League matchup between the Sabres and the Rhinos. What can you tell us about this matchup, Snipe?
Well, so we got two teams here kind of struggling in the bottom third of the table. The Sabres are at 8-12 and the Rhinos are at 9-11. And both of these teams have played the Outlaws. The Sabres got the win there and the Rhinos did not. And then they both lost to the league leading Bears. So we've got two teams that really have played a lot of similar games and they're doing about the same all in all. So I think we're going to have a really good matchup here.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you asking, we are sorry we don't have cams coming to you for this game right here. We had a few technical difficulties involving Discord, so no cams will be brought for this series. But that doesn't change that it's going to be hype nonetheless. And without further ado, we'd like to read off some sponsor call-outs for you.
Yeah, I think the first one we have to talk about is our excellent replay sponsor, Balls Guarana. And really the best place that you can get ultra caffeinated soda. Each Balls drink is crisp and infused with naturally energizing guarana berry. Balls is fuel for fun. If you go to mlesports.gg/recommend/balls, you can find out more. They've got a ton of great flavors, original, cherry, ginger. They've got an orange. And one of my favorites really is the root beer. Like, it tastes just like whatever your favorite brand of root beer is. It tastes like that, but it's got all that awesome energy in it. It's just great stuff. And they send a case every week to our MLE Play of the Week.
Yeah, so the MLE Play of the Week, they have an opportunity to have it. I unfortunately have not had an opportunity to have Balls Guarana yet, but I have used our other sponsor, which is Power A. And if you don't know what Power A is, Power A makes controllers, headsets, and just general accessories for both PC and console gaming. And if you're in the market for a new controller for PC or Xbox One, you need to check out their officially licensed wired enhanced controller. And I've used that controller, by the way. It is extremely, extremely tight, and it has great response time. And besides the incredibly analog 6 buttons, which are what I talked about already, they have a no-slip surface as well, so if your hands get sweaty while you play like mine do, that won't be an issue. And they come in amazing colors and variety. So check them out yourself right now. Just go to mlesports.gg/recommends/power A and do yourself a favor and pick up one of these controllers. They are excellent. You can get them online or at Target, Best Buy, and even Walmart. I can go down to my local Walmart and get one. And we'll be giving away one controller each night of the playoffs to one lucky viewer here on twitch.tv/mlesportsgg.
Well, I think without further ado, we should go ahead and get these players in here and get this series started out. I know we're a little bit late with those technical difficulties, and I know these guys are raring to go. Like, you're always sitting there just waiting for these casters to shut their mouths and tell you to go. So let's shut our mouths and tell them to go. Then open our mouths again, because that's how this works.
Yeah, really, and they are in game. Here we go. It'll be Kev Beast versus Corliss, or sorry, Big Boy Johnny versus Corliss in the initial kickoff. And here we go. Kev Beast sends one off the backboard, but no, going to get intercepted by KC, and that was a really nice shot of possibility. Big Boy Johnny comes in, tries to send one, not going to happen, but Kev Beast cuts it off in midfield.
Yep, and Kev Beast is a player I've watched a long time. What a shot from Corliss there. Kev Beast caught out of position. He sneaked over trying to get that boost, and Corliss took advantage. Kev Beast could not get the turnoff in time to chase that ball down.
Unfortunately, that pop-up in midfield just in perfect position for Corliss. And here we go. Kickoff it is again. Kev Beast versus Corliss, and Kev Beast wins it pretty cleanly. Sends it into the Rhino corner. Back out. In perfect position for Kev Beast, who's going to lob one down towards net, but going to bounce a little bit, and Corliss sends it right back out.
Yep, this is a good opening kind of volley from these two, going back and forth. No clear advantages so far, except for that first goal there. And that's what you expect to see at the start of the series. Figure out what your opponents are going to give you, and then figure out how you can take advantage of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, the Sabres can't really do that for too long here, as they are already down by 1 with a minute almost elapsed. So they're going to have to figure out this Rhino defense pretty soon. Otherwise, they're going to run out of time before they know it, and KC is going to send one up, but Kevby sends it right back in to the left corner. Big Boy Johnny was there, but again get sent away by the Rhino defense, and Corliss going to try and control this, but Kevby sends it right back away.
Yeah, Kevbeast is somebody I played against a lot in my 2 MLE seasons, and he can be a pain to try and get the ball past when he is on the defensive side of the field. He's really quick. He's got good reads on the ball. He's just someone you always have to watch out for.
He definitely seems to be a good defensive wall as he popped that out of the range of Corliss there. Casey sends one off the back wall. Big Boy Johnny can't get to it. Kevby's going to try and send it out and blocks it away from Corliss, who can't quite get it on target. Big Boy Johnny going up for another touch. KC's going to bop this right towards his own goal, though. Big Boy Johnny's up for a really nice setup, but Corliss sends it right off his back wall.
Yeah, and Kevbeast playing that one nice and slow, really showing a lot of patience there. A lot of players would go up and challenge that, just trying to make some offense happen. But he knows that Corliss can't really carry that ball all the way down the field, so he waits for a better challenge opportunity down on the ground.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing an excellent job of that, too. And see, he's already back waiting for this touch, not getting over-aggressive with it, and he's going to make that reap rewards as he sends it out, but KC sends it right back in. Rhino is trying to do the midfield trap here.
Yeah, and the Rhinos, for their part, are rotating really well. There's always somebody coming up into position ready to challenge that ball, and it's really prevented the Sabres from having any kind of real offensive opportunities here through most of this game so far. And I'm really liking what I see from the Rhinos so far.
Yeah, the Rhinos are doing an excellent job of keeping that ball in the Sabre half. But Big Boy Johnny going to get an excellent shot. Blocked away by Corliss, though. And Kevby sends another one in, but going to get sent away by KC. Can Big Boy get up here fast enough? No, he's not going to be able to, as Kevby's going to be forced to retreat.
Yeah, it was a good stall tactic from Kevbeast, but after the demo, Johnny Boy just too far. Big Boy Johnny too far away. A great little save there. Casey has a free shot. That one is in. The Rhinos are up by 2.
Yeah, really awkward series here of touches coming out from both these teams as Big Boy Johnny sends us away on the miss from Corliss, but Corliss sends it in, gets blocked, and Casey just returns it. 2 up for the Rhinos with 1:46 left. Kevbees loses this one as Big Boy Johnny's going to have to fall back and play defense. He sends it right out in front of net, though, and Kevby's going to have to clear it away.
That's a really tenuous clear there from Kevbeast, too. You've got to get that through the corner, and just by leaving it there, he's allowing the Rhinos to continue rotating into that ball and slowing down the Sabres' transition. They have to be faster about that because they're just not generating offense. The Sabres only have 3 shots to the Rhinos' 5 right now, and that really shows in the scoreline.
Yeah, speaking of slowing down, the Sabres have not seemed that fast, and wow, their backboard defense has so far not been stellar, I gotta say. But I'm sure they can recover in game number 2, but their backboard defense is what cost them that goal.
Yeah, I mean, a poor clearance attempt from Big Boy Johnny. He plays that ball right into the hands of the offense, and then Kevbeast just doesn't quite have the line figured out that he needs to go challenge that. And that takes him out of position to make the save and leaves an empty net for the offense to shoot in. It's just, that's the kind of things that at the champion level, you can't afford to make that mistake because the offense won't miss those shots.
Yeah, not a chance. And Big Boy Johnny going to get a nice little touch to get the save there, though, as Kepke's going to try and send this out. Sends it into his own corner, but loses the ball again. The Sabres, unfortunately, he's doing that a lot, but this is an open net for Kepke's. Can he finish it off? No, he can't. Can Big Boy Johnny finish it off? And no, he can't either unless it's missed out, but wow.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really good opportunity for Kev Beast. He just doesn't quite have the angle for it. Big Boy Johnny, however, has a really tough play in that he has to be super patient, try to fake the defense through that, and he does a good job. Now they've got 40 seconds. They've got to put 2 more together very quickly, or they're dropping game number 1.
Yeah, and 40 seconds is not an impossible amount of time to do it for 2 goals, but oh man, it is if you let one go like that. KC gets a pretty easy one off of the extended push by the Sabres, and not looking good for the Sabres now.
No, not looking good, but at the same time, you know, the Sabres were doing what they needed to do in this situation. You've got to score quick, and if you're going to do that, you have to be aggressive about it. And when your aggression doesn't work out, you leave your defense soft on the other side. there's no difference between losing by 3 goals and losing by 1 goal. So, go ahead, take your shots, and just try to establish that rhythm going into game 2.
Yeah, so here it is. Big boy Johnny going to come up and try and send this away. Sent right back in by Corliss, and KC going to take a shot, but Kempbeast was right there. Can the Sabres get at least one more for the road to get their momentum moving? Might not. If this ball touches, Big boy Johnny gets a nice save, though. But the Rhinos are, in fact, going to take game number 1.
And I think that's an important save for Johnny to get there because, even though it doesn't affect the outcome of this game, just saying, hey, we're not going to let you run the score up on us, even more than the 3 goals you already have. We can stop you from scoring even on really good opportunities. Will be a good piece of momentum. And we're actually going to take a quick server reset. So it might be just a second before we get into game number 2.
Yeah, but like you were saying, though, the Sabres, they just wanted to have as much momentum as they could going into game number 2, and I think they might have managed to do that with those last few seconds there, as it definitely looked like that save really helped them a little bit, and I mean, I would be encouraged by that save at the end there. But what the Sabres really have to improve on going into game number 2, I have one word written down here for the Sabres, and that is slow. The Sabres were unfortunately really slow getting to the ball and really slow on their rotations, just slow all over the course. So they need to really kind of try to improve on the sluggishness a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Sabres are a team that's generally about middle of the table in scoring, but they're a softer defense than you'd really like to see. And so you have to combat that by being more aggressive and, getting down the field quickly, taking advantage of all of your opportunities. We just didn't see a lot of that. The Rhinos were in control for most of that game. And if the Rhinos didn't make mistakes, the Sabres didn't have shooting opportunities. And that's not going to work at the champion level of Rocket League.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not. And you said that the Sabres do have a softer defense. One of the stats that we have written down here is that they have 72 goals conceded across the course of the season. So they're really going to have to kind of find a lot more fluidity and a lot more speed in this game number 2 if they want to beat this stellar Rhino offense.
Yeah, I mean, the Rhinos just doing all the right things there in game 1. They're controlling the pace. They're being aggressive. They're taking good opportunities, and they're rotating really well. And you just don't play better fundamental 2's Rocket League.
Yeah, and here we go. We are into game number 2, though. Corliss trying to get a nice little wall to air shot. Kempbeast puts a nice shot on, I think that was his own net, actually. Whoops. So yeah, Kempbeast going to try and send this up. Sends one towards the net. It's going to bounce. No, it's not going to bounce. It's going to go in clean, and Kempbeast sends the Sabres to a 1-0 lead.
Yep, and this is the Kempbeast that I remember playing against. Down the field very quickly, forcing KC into an awkward challenge where he doesn't have a lot of momentum at a good angle to take that from, and then just finding exactly what he needs to make that a hard shot for Corliss to get back and do anything with by shooting right at the near post.
So, Sabres have another opportunity for defense. Big boy Johnny going to send this in, waiting for Kempbeast to get a shot. Not going to happen, though, as it's sent away by KC. Corliss now trying to get it off the wall. Big boy Johnny almost had a nice shot there as he almost got the pinch off. Kempbeast comes up for this. He sends it into the corner, going to look for the pass, but not going to make it through.
Yeah, and the Sabres are really being a lot more aggressive. So far, they haven't allowed the Rhinos to take even a single shot. And they've just played almost this entire game so far down on the gray side of the field. This is the first good push, and Corliss deciding not to come up and challenge that ball. I think Kempbeast is going to go up for this one. He's got a tight angle. KC with the clear.
Yeah, Big Boy Johnny wasn't really over-pushing that, so Kempbeast had the clearance to go for that. But the Sabres definitely looking a lot faster here, and as I say that, Kempbeast misses a shot. Going to get sent away and out by Corliss, ruining Casey's shot, and then a quick turnaround by Kempbeast. Going to send it in off the redirect, so Sabres go to a 2-up with 1 minute and 30 elapsed.
And this is a beautiful team play. Big Boy Johnny gets a very clutch clear there from the miss on Corliss, and then sees that Kev Beast has the angle to beat that thing down the field. So he gets a very smart midfield pass off, and now they're up to a 2-goal lead. They look like the kind of team that you want to be here playing in week 5.
Yeah, exactly. And here it is, though. Corliss going to try and flick it over him, and he does. So Corliss gets an excellent little flick there just to beat the defense and keep them basically within sight of the Sabres and make sure they're not going to run away with this.
Yeah, Big Boy Johnny, had a tough decision to make, whether he's going to go challenge that really early or if he's going to go and, try to retreat and play defense there. And unfortunately, he kind of got stuck. He goes up and fakes the challenge, turns around. And now suddenly, just as fast as we were, now it's tied up. Big Boy Johnny loses that foot race there and passes it right to Corliss. Kev Beast gonna be upset about that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Big Boy Johnny just did not get the power on that touch that he wanted to clear it across goal, and the Rhinos are ready for that. Kev Beast's going to miss out on that one, though, and Big Boy Johnny sends it away into their corner. He's now going to try and push this out along the wall, but cleared back by KC. Kev Beast's going to have a nice little touch at this, but no, Corliss going to keep it away. Big Boy Johnny comes up. KC, though, sends it right back in. Going to take the shot, going to be just off the left upright. Kev Beast tries to get a hold of that, and Big Boy Johnny will, though, as Corliss out of the play. Kev Beast is in perfect position for this, but just overdrives it a little bit. Sends it in, looking for Big Boy Johnny, but Corliss is going to get the clear.
Yeah, really tentative defense there from the Sabres. It took them a really long time to get the ball cleared out. Corliss up and over one. Kev Beast denies. It's just the Sabres do not look like they are fully confident in themselves after dropping those 2 quick goals. Yeah,
the only thing harder than getting a lead is keeping a lead. And I think the Sabres are kind of exemplifying that mantra right now. Is they had a couple really easy mistakes, and now they're not so confident, like you said. So now the Rhinos on the offense again. As Big Boy Johnny will clear this out to the corner, but Kevby's going to try and get it further. Not going to happen. Casey off the wall. His teammate is not there to go for it, though, as Big Boy Johnny's now going to have possession of this one. But Corliss sends it back in. Kevby's going to have a turn around real quick for this. Sent in for his teammate, and Kevby's gets it clear.
Yeah, the Sabres outshot the Rhinos in the first minute of this game. Well, in the last 2.5 minutes, the Rhinos have completely flipped that. 7 shots to the Sabres' 5 now. They've just completely reclaimed all the momentum, which is really surprising to see a team turn around that quickly, you know, just in the space of a minute or two.
Yeah, and it's really, I'm not sure I honestly could pinpoint where that kind of little miniature downfall started, but it happened sometime between the first goal they scored and the miss. So I'm not entirely sure where it happened, but the Sabres are going to have to come back and really get their momentum back up if they want to get this game going. And unfortunately, the Rhinos full on in the offensive pressure right now as Kempy drops this one directly in position for KC. Big Boy Johnny was out of position. KC can't clear it, neither can Corliss as he can't send it in. But Kempy's now going to have a quick push. Going to have to try and send this in for his teammate, but his Big Boy Johnny's not there. He's at midfield. KC sends this right back out.
Yeah, I think the Sabres are just a little rattled right now. They're not really playing with their full set of confidence, and the Rhinos smell the blood in the water. They are out for it, and as long as they continue to play this way, even if this goes into overtime, I think the Rhinos' momentum is going to carry them through, and they should take the win here in Game 2.
Maybe, and it's with 6 seconds left. We might see overtime here unless the Rhinos can make an excellent opportunity. Are they scoring? No, Casey gets the block, but not going to happen. It's up in the air, in front of net. Can the Rhinos finish it off? No, it's going to hit the ground, and we have overtime.
Overtime indeed, and I still think it's momentum to the Rhinos, but we've seen the Sabres be lightning quick when they need to. If they took a deep breath and collected themselves, they could find a way to come out and do this, but they have to be smart with their touches, not give opportunities like that. KC, 16 seconds in, puts the Rhinos up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, Kevby sends it in his own corner. Unfortunately, kind of missed the placement and not nearly as hard as he wanted it to be, and that leaves an open opportunity for KC, and he's going to put it in and win the Rhinos game 2 in overtime.
I mean, and the Rhinos have to be feeling great right now. They come into this slightly ahead in the standings, only one game ahead of the Sabres, and to be out to a 2-0 lead, they've got 3 opportunities to put the series away right now and ensure that they stay ahead of the Sabres, but they've also got 3 more opportunities to continue winning. I think a 5-0 for them would be an absolutely huge victory, because that could take them from being, bottom third of the table to being in the middle of the table or even higher.
Yeah, absolutely. And the key for the Sabres going into this game number 3 is going to be the momentum. They need to build it early, and they need to keep it moving. And the key for the Rhinos for this is going to be getting that early pressure. You don't really want to have to play from a deficit. So the Rhinos are really going to have to make sure that they get that first goal, because that is so important. I forget the actual stat, but I think maybe 60% of games are won if you get the first goal. So the Rhinos are going to have to get that if they want to keep the pressure up. Here we go, folks. Game number 3 on its way. And kickoff's going to go between Big Boy Johnny and Corliss. Corliss wins this pretty cleanly. Is Kevby's going to be there? Yes, he is, but he's going to keep control of it. Just send it downfield. He's looking for KC. KC is going to get the block. Big Boy Johnny sends it in. Kevbeast isn't there to take care of it, though, and it's going to get cleared away by Corliss, who sends it into the Sabres corner. Kevbeast looking for the clear. Corliss sends it in front. Is Big Boy Johnny there? Yes, he is. He's going to clear it out.
I'd really like to see the Sabres go back to looking for each other on offense. They're more just kind of playing a 1v2 style, trying to poke a hole in and take advantage of a defensive miscue. And that's just not going to happen reliably enough for you to win games. You have to get your passes together, and you have to really put a coordinated effort into scoring here if you want to be the ones in the win column rather than lose column.
To piggyback off what you said, there's something I like to say about twos, and that to succeed in twos, you have to play twos and not 1v1 with the backup. And that unfortunately seems to be what the Sabres are doing. They're just not finding each other. They're trying to do the solo plays, and it's just not working. The Rhinos are playing the twos game, and we saw what happened with that last game. So they need to get off to a much better start here. There's a pass in, but Kevbeast is going to get demoed by KC. Big Boy Johnny's the last one back now, trying to go up and get this touch off the back, and he does, but Casey's waiting for it. He sends it into the corner again, going to get the pinch, trying to pinch towards net, but Big Boy Johnny clears it out.
Yeah, this has been surprisingly a very non-physical game. You see a lot of bumps and demos in a typical MLE match, and there just aren't a lot of them happening here. But a very well-timed one from KC blows up what would have been almost a sure goal there. Kevbeast is going to hit that 9 times out of 10, but not if you stand still and let yourself get demoed like Corliss just did.
Yeah, and Kevbeast, oh man, he had a beautiful opportunity there. Casey was not entirely ready to take that save, but instead it gets cleared away, and Corliss going to send this one and gets a nice dunk. Can he dunk Kevbeast too? No, Kevbeast is going to send it back out. KC, though, trying to keep it on the Sabres side. Big Boy Johnny sends it in. Corliss is going to send it back. Sabres are overcommitted. Big Boy Johnny's going to try and get back in time. He gets the block, but it's back out to center. Can KC score it? No, Kevby sends it away.
Yeah, a good bump from KC to keep Kevbeast from rotating through this. Keeps the ball on the Sabres side of the field, and this is what the Rhinos love to do. But good challenge there in the midfield. Good clear.
Absolutely, and Corliss going to send this back out now for the Rhinos. Rhinos looking to get some offensive pressure here. Kevbeast comes across for the Sabres and gets the save. He has it up in the air, looking for Big Boy Johnny. May try and put this in himself, but saved by KC.
Yeah, only 4 total shots, and we've already played half of this game with no goals. We're seeing a lot of back and forth and just really good defensive play. You know, both these teams are doing the right things in the transition phase. It's just that all of their opportunities are getting cut out at midfield. Here's a nice one. KC puts that one through. Corliss had great vision to set that pass up. And finally, it took 3 whole minutes, but we've got our first goal here in game number 3.
Yeah, neither one of these teams are really willing to take a lot of chances so far, and that really wasn't a chance either. Corliss saw Casey moving up, and he passed it up to him, and Casey was just in the perfect position. So Sabres now are going to be forced back on their heels. They had to take some chances that they probably would not otherwise take, and they're going to have to do it quick here. As Big Boy Johnny is going to try and send this in for Kevbees, but Kevbees was right behind him, so that's going to go across the field into the waiting clutches of KC, maybe? Instead, Big Boy Johnny gets a shot, and Kevbees can try and send this away.
I think the big thing that I continue seeing from the Sabres that I really don't like is just a hesitancy to go up and challenge the ball. They just want to let the Rhinos do something and wait for the Rhinos to make a mistake. It's not happening. The Rhinos aren't making mistakes tonight. You have to get up there and force the situation and beat them at their own game. Otherwise, you're going to continue falling behind in this series.
Big Boy Johnny sends one off the ceiling into net, and he's going to tie it up for the Sabres, though. With a minute left, we're back to tied up.
You know, I don't like the ones plays in twos, but when you can boom it like that all the way up and over the defense, just, you know, nobody wanted to commit to that ball from the Rhinos. And if you don't go make the save, the ball rolls into the net no matter how far away the shot came from.
Yeah, don't see, like you said, don't like the ones plays, but you just take them. You take them if you get them. Kevbeast looking to send this out. Gonna get a nice, easy touch, though, but it's gonna be KC sending it right back in. Big Boy Johnny sends it along the wall again. Kevbeast is rotating back. Sabres doing really well on their defensive rotations here, but Corliss gonna send this in past one. Can he send it in past the second one? No, he'll miss the touch, and Big Boy Johnny takes it for himself.
Yeah, and
Sends
most
it away.
importantly, he got the boost there, too, which means that the Rhinos are out. Good shot. Great save by KC. Kevbeast, not enough power on that one to squeak through the defense.
Yeah, no, and KC once again will have this upfield. Rhinos have the offensive pressure, or no, KC, rare miss coming out of him. Rhinos have the offensive pressure with 7 seconds left, but no, it's going to get flipped right around on them by Sabres. Can the Sabres do anything with it? They got to keep this in the air if they want to. KC got to make sure this falls, and we have overtime again.
Yeah, good job by KC to just get that ball down to the ground. You don't want to leave it 0 seconds on your side of the field. Go ahead and take that overtime. It worked out well for them last game. And if they can recreate, then they get the series win here in Game 3.
Yeah, but the Sabres right now have the offensive pressure. Corliss going to try and send this out, but a light touch coming out of him. KC going to send this towards center, looking for a possible teammate, but no, Corliss is all the way back, and KC was trying to follow it. But Corliss does send it back up. Big Boy Johnny gets a poor touch off the wall, and Corliss is going to get a free goal off of that, and the Rhinos will take Game 3.
Yep, taking Game 3 and the series. I mean, Big Boy Johnny is in such a great position. If he can get a better touch on this, he can get that thing down to Kevbeast in the corner and score what could easily be a play of the week worthy goal. But when you doink it right off the corner of your car into the wall instead of booming it down the pitch, suddenly you're in an overtime loss situation instead of submitting your play of the week.
Yeah, anything can happen in that instance. Unfortunately, Big Boy was not able to get out in front of it, so it bounces off wall and centers perfectly for Corliss. So that is going to be 3 wins out of 5 for the Rhinos. We still have to play the next 2 games. If you're new to MLE, we play all 5 games of every week. It's more like a just match v, like game v game setup. Every map counts. So the Rhinos will win the series, but the Sabres are going to try and come back now and get something out of this at least.
Yeah, I mean, the Sabres are going to be, you know, because they come into this a game behind the Rhinos, because they've lost 3, they are going to fall even further behind the Rhinos going into this. But you have to stop this bleeding. Every game in MLE matters. And you can't just say, oh, well, we lost the series and, you know, put your hands up and run away from it. You have to be resilient. You have to treat every game like it is a must-win situation. And when you come into a series 23rd on the leaderboard, every game is a must-win series for you. You can't afford to drop more games than you need to.
Yeah, and the Sabres will try and get, hopefully for them, 2 games back for this. But Big Boy Johnny sends it over. Kevby is going to try and follow it up. Corliss gets the touch, and he's going to try and follow this. No, Casey is going to be on it, but Casey is going to get a little bit of a miss there. Corliss going for the double touch. Casey's up for it, but it's going to get sent away by Kevby's. Like you said, Kev Beast is a defensive tank, and Rhinos passing plays all around here. Corliss sending it back in, but that's going to get cleared away. Probably no. Corliss, Big Boy Johnny was just too slow on that.
Yeah, the Rhinos are just being ultra aggressive right now, and that's something that they can afford to do. You know, they've got the series win in. They will pull no less than one more game ahead of the Sabres. So they're playing with a ton of confidence right now and just going up and taking things that they wouldn't have necessarily taken while the series is still in a more tenuous position.
Yeah, absolutely. They're feeling empowered, and you can definitely see it in the way they're playing. Going for a little bit more aggression, maybe going for a couple double touches here and there as well. But KC going to try and send this back out. Back pass to Corliss. Corliss going to send it off the wall. Can he get the redirect? He gets the doink. Is KC there to finish it? I don't think he is. Kev Beast is going to send it into his own corner, but KC is going to send this right back in. Off wall. Big Boy Johnny misses it. Corliss is there to finish it off, and they will take a 2-0 lead.
I mean, such brilliant rotational presence from KC, you know, waiting, allowing the Sabres to get sucked into that corner there so that they lose track of where Corliss is on the field, and then he makes the challenge in the corner. So as long as he wins that, he knows he creates a one-on-one opportunity for his teammate who can come in and get the shot as long as he can beat the defender. And then when the defender misses the clear entirely, now it's a 1v0, and that's exactly what everyone in Rocket League wants to see.
Absolutely. Open nets. You know, I mean, I, for some reason, win 1v2s more often than I, score it on open nets, because apparently I just choke a lot. But that's just me, I guess. You got to be able to score those open nets, and he did, in fact, there. Corliss gets a nice dunk. He's going to send it to center. Is Casey there to finish it off? No, Big Boy Johnny sends it back out, but is right back out to center. Big Boy Johnny's going to have to send this back out, and Casey interferes with that one. Was going right to Kev Beast, and he had an excellent opportunity.
Yeah, excellent opportunity.
Corliss. Oh.
Whew. But you were right. It was a great opportunity, but as soon as it's spoiled, Kev Beast and Big Boy Johnny running each other over in the middle of the field, and that is really one of the surest signs of frustration in a twos team. You know, this isn't week one anymore. We're already halfway through the season. These guys should be very comfortable playing with each other, and if they're stepping on each other's toes, it means that they're both feeling the frustrations of the situation that they're in.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a rough situation, but you have to be able to persevere through these.
Demos coming out extremely, and Corliss gets a nice redirect. Oh man, he threaded the needle on this one.
Sets himself up with a beautiful dunk on Big Boy Johnny, and then just parks his car and waits for it to come right back as if it was totally calculated. Corliss,
are you kidding me? That was calculated.
When you come back and watch the replay of this, you need to submit play of the week right there.
Yeah, and reminder to everybody, you can clip that and post it in our Discord channel, play of the week, and use or on our Twitter with hashtag POTW. Anyway, we're going to get back to this here. Rhinos now with the offensive pressure again. Casey cuts it off in midfield, but Kev Beast's going to come up and take the advantage as the ball goes awry. Sent out again by Corliss. Corliss, they're going to try and send it back out. No, Casey has this. Big Boy Johnny gets the demo. Going to send it back over to Kev Beast, and they are not out of the woods just yet, though, as that's rolling around in their corner.
Yeah, this is just, not what the Sabres need. They continue to mess around with the ball on their side of the pitch, and if you cannot get transitioned to the other side of the field, you're not going to create scoring opportunities. And it shows, the Sabres only have 3 shots so far. And you go, oh, but the Rhinos only have 2. Yeah, but they scored there too.
Quality versus quantity. Sometimes quality does win. Usually you want the quantity. Oh, but KC gonna get a long shot as he takes advantage of the rolling ball that the Sabres are just a little bit slow on.
This is actually an own goal as Big Boy Johnny bounces KC into this one. KC almost doesn't even have time to get even the tiniest bit of air roll on it, but still manages to get the right part of the car there. And because of the double commit on offense from the Sabres, nobody there to do anything. Kev Beast, a little angry about it, scores emphatically after beating KC in midfield.
Yeah, KevB's going to try and get this and will at least keep the Sabres within range of a comeback. It's definitely not outside the realm of possibility. 2 goals in a minute. We've seen weirder things happen here in MLE, but it's definitely not looking good for them. I believe the Rhinos might have just attempted a fake kickoff there. As Cole is going to try and put this up. Casey's ready for this. He's going to try and put it off wall, but no, he's going to get an unfortunate miss as KevB sends us into corner.
I mean, the fake kickoff is a very risky proposition, but it's something that can work once you really get a good understanding of how your opponents approach their kickoffs. And, it's, again, something you can do when you've got a 2-goal lead, you've already won the series. They can afford to be like this, take more risks, and go for some of that flashier stuff. What a back pass.
Oh, that was an excellent back pass from Casey to Corliss, and almost worked too, but luckily Big Boy Johnny was there to get it. KevB's back passes it to Big Boy Johnny. Unfortunately, that one's not as successful as Corliss booms this into their third off the wall, and now KevB's, though, hits hard off the wall, and he sends it back. Corliss, though, going to try and just dribble this around a little bit, maybe, looking to take this game away again. With 3 seconds left, I doubt they're going to be able to get 2 goals, and there it is. The timer will tick down. 2 goals are not possible, so the Rhinos will take game number 4 out of 4 so far.
Yep, and Big Boy Johnny at the end of there has a really good opportunity. KevB's put in a lot of work to get to that challenge right there in the corner of the ceiling, but Big Boy Johnny not prepared for that ball, even though he had a lot of time set up on it. You can tell they're just not in the right headspace for this one. They take 8 shots, but the Rhinos are just always in perfect position because the Sabres aren't creating quality opportunities. They're just booming the ball at the net and hoping for the best, and it's not going to get the job done. And now, they're going to lose 4-1 or maybe even 5-0 because that was the story of the whole game. They didn't create good opportunities. They didn't get off the defensive side of the field. They just sat around and waited for it to be delivered to them, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen at all, especially when the Rhinos, they have 6 saves on that game to the Sabres' 8 shots, and the Sabres scored 1, so the Rhinos were just really great on the defense. They were ready for everything that the Sabres could throw at them, and if you're the Sabres, what are you saying to try and pull out this Game 5? Gus. Well, I think we might have lost Gus again. Oh, all right.
Promise I'm here. Sometimes things go crazy here in this house.
So, it's all right. So if you're the Sabres, what are you trying to do to pull out this Game 5?
I think if you're the Sabres, just admit to yourself that the series is lost, but this game is just as important as every other one. Be aggressive on your side of the pitch and get the ball off of it as quickly as possible. You can't win if you're playing on the orange side of the field, and don't play over there. Get it out of there. Don't let Corliss dribble past you into an empty net. You have to be safe. Get it down the field just like this, and then do something with that opportunity.
Yeah, capitalize on those opportunities. We saw Big Boy Johnny was unfortunately not able to do that, and KC is going to send it towards an open net, but he's unfortunately going to get just a little bit off. He sends us in for Corliss, but Big Boy Johnny going to send it right back away towards midfield. KevBeast was there for it, but Corliss just a little bit quicker. And we see it again, though. The Sabres just a little bit slow on it.
Yeah, and you can't be slow at this level of play. This isn't the, academy or foundation league where players aren't doing, the quick aerials and they're not just going to pull off air dribbles from the ceiling like it's nothing. This is the Champion League. You have to go fast. You have to be ready to pounce on an opportunity as quickly as it appears. And when you play slow, you're going to lose. And that's been the Sabres all night.
Yeah, and they're not just playing slow rotationally either. They're just like losing the race to the ball a lot of times. Is a great example here. About two possessions ago, we saw KevBeast attempt to get a pass across midfield, and then a Rhinos defender took it out because the pass was too slow. But there it is. Corliss is going to send it right in off of a very poor, missed clear. Sorry, from KevBeast.
It's a misclear from KevBeast, but even more important is the bump that Casey's able to put on Big Boy Johnny as he rotates out, because that is Big Boy's responsibility there in the net. KevBeast isn't always going to make that clear. You got to have somebody in the net, but Casey ensured there was no one there. Great shot from Big Boy. Corliss is there in time.
And again, the Rhinos just a lot faster right now than the Sabres. The Sabres might not have been able to come across and make that save, but the Rhinos were, and KC is now going to have an opportunity to take this in, but Big Boy Johnny sends it back over to the right side of the field for them. And he's going to get a nice pinch in. That's not on target, and KC is already back and ready for that. Sends it into their corner, puts it off wall. Kev Beast is there waiting for the clear. Poor touch off wall, gonna be sent in by Corliss. Corliss gonna try and send it towards goal, but Big Boy Johnny gets there with a nice save.
Yep, and the Sabres continuing to hesitate, allowing the Rhinos to take the touches that they want. Eventually they're gonna score. There it is! Corliss in the corner, pops it out to KC. They are up to a 2-goal lead in Game 5 and a half game away from completing the sweep here in week number 5.
Yeah, 2 up going into halftime, and definitely not looking good for the Sabres. Like you said, half game away for the Rhinos. Big Boy Johnny gonna try and flick this up, but Corliss there again, and the Rhinos just faster on their rotations means that they can get more of those saves.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a great plan there to come and cheat up, but Big Boy Johnny just has to get more power on that flick. If he hits that harder, that ball's probably through the net, but you know, when you don't hit the flick right, you know, you get saved.
Exactly. Big Boy Johnny's going to send this to center, but KC going to clear it out. Those wall passes are not going to work all the time, especially at champ level, and Corliss going to send this in off wall, looking for his teammate KC. KC's there, but Big Boy Johnny going to get the save on that. Kev Beast was ready for it as well, but Big Boy Johnny sends it out. Corliss going to keep it this at midfield.
Yep, and I love the midfield challenges. The Rhinos are doing really mentally everything that they have to do. They're getting up and challenging the ball. They're fast, they're stealing boosts, they're getting the bumps on, and they have just been the dominant team this whole time, and the Sabres haven't done anything to change that status quo.
Corliss almost got a nice double touch off wall there. Just misread it a little bit, but KC didn't misread that one at all as he bends this one right into the bottom left corner.
Yeah, I mean, this is a terrible situation for the Sabres. You know, they're both kind of stuck trying to read that situation, and then Corliss cuts right through the middle of them, blows the ball out in a weird direction, bounces off of both of them, and then just the speed of the Rhinos' attack allows them to take advantage of that chaos.
And KC gonna go up for this one, looking for the save, but Big Boy Johnny's there again to get the bounce off wall off of a rare missed save, unfortunately, from KC. It happens to the best of us, but Big Boy Johnny capitalizes.
Yeah, Big Boy Johnny really finally stepping up. We're seeing some of that aggression that we've needed to see from them, you know, like 4 games ago. They just haven't been doing that. If they get up and challenge more of these balls on the offensive side of the field and on the midfield side, maybe we tell a different story at the end of this one. But if they continue waiting for the game to come to them, the story we tell is that they lost 5-0.
Yeah, the Rhinos have in fact been making their game, and KC gonna get not a great touch, but I don't think there was much option he had for where he was positioned. As Big Boy Johnny just sends this right to him, and not much you can do besides stop that, but Big Boy Johnny's ready to send this in as a result. Less than 1 minute left. 1 up for the Rhinos. Can they complete the sweep? Here we go. Big Boy Johnny sends this and wins the kickoff pretty handily. KC takes it up the wall. Kev Beast is there for it. He's going to try and send this in off wall, but no, gets sent away again by Corliss.
Thought we were going to see something there. Big Boy Johnny was in a good position for that pass, just doesn't get the power on it that he needs to. And, you know, this is what they've needed to do for a long time. It's going to be too little too late in the end. But, you know, that's something they've still got 2 more weeks of play after this one that they can come out and try to recover from this. Kev Beast and Big Boy Johnny are good players, and the results tonight is not reflective of their ability. It's reflective of being rattled and not ready for this game.
Yeah, no, unfortunately they weren't, and it looks like the Rhinos are going to take this one. Oh, ball's still off the ground though, but no, it is going to drop, and the Rhinos will take this series 5-0, and a depressing loss for Sabres.
Yeah, I mean, the Sabres felt coming into this like maybe they were the better team. You know, they got the victory over the Outlaws where the Rhinos lost to them, And their other matches, they've had a tougher schedule to play and done almost exactly as well as the Rhinos. So the Sabres should have been really confident here, but instead they fall behind early and never regain any of that momentum except for the first minute of game 2. And they just too little too late here at the end of game number 5 to really make a difference.
Yeah, and it is unfortunate that the difference wasn't made, like you said, too little too late. All right, folks, that's going to be all for the Rhinos versus Sabres tonight. Coming up next, I will be taking my leave for the night as I have a game at midnight to go get ready for. It's trust me, trust me, that is a really late time for an MLE game. But Sniper Gus will be bringing the next game to you between, I believe it is between
the Ducks and the Hive in the Academy League.
Yep. So Curtis and Gus will be bringing that to you, and it's we're expecting that to be a nice matchup, and that'll be in about 10 minutes, folks. But I will be taking my leave for tonight. My name's Gigabyte. Gus.
I'm Gus. Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, everyone.